Hey guys, welcome back to Ferro Ironing Customs. I hope you enjoyed the last couple videos we're doing on suspension on the car. Tonight I'm going to get in here and I'm going to get started getting it ready to put on the ground and put outside. It's kind of taking me a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but you know, I should always figure it's going to take longer than I expect it to. So first thing I'm going to do is crawl under here, under the car, and weld up the bottom part of the C-notch. I just want to make sure that it's as strong as it can be. I don't want it sticking on the ground and, you know, bend anything, because it doesn't have any strength to it. You do need to remember that. Anything you're doing on a suspension, you need to fully weld it, because it can bend. So, and also, speaking of bending, on these arms, I'm going to come back and triangulate these, but I want to get the car put together and see how everything's going to react going up and down before I do any of that. So without further ado, I'm getting under the car and we're going to start doing this. Alright guys, I got that welding done. I went ahead and pulled out my step bit and cut a couple of holes in the back of the shock mount. That's where my airline's going to come through. I'm going to go ahead, I may go up another size. I want to put a rubber grommet in there before we get done, but you know, right now while we're not driving the car, just running the line through will be fine. And that's the next thing, is pulling the bag mount down, attaching the bag with the line. Now how you would do this, you'd have your line run and have enough to run down in here and attach it to the top of the bag, and then you pull the bag back up and attach it. And that's how you do it. How we're going to do it, it's probably going to be very close to the same way, except for I'm only going to run enough line to put a T up here, so I can just, we're going to run 4 corners, which means there'll be a valve, there'll be 2 valves for each corner, an up valve and a down valve for each corner. That way, if something happens with one line or one bag, you know, the whole back end or the whole front end won't drop. So I mean, that's the reason why I'm doing it. I know people have single lines front and back, but you know, I just want to try to keep that little bit of safety in mind while I'm doing this. So I'm gonna get the camera set up. We're gonna take this apart and start putting it together. Alright guys, I'm just going on and putting the fitting in the airbag. And if you haven't done a lot of plumbing, you want to wrap the tape opposite of the way it spins, if that makes any sense, so that the so that you don't pull the tape off whenever you're trying to screw the fitting in. And that is the wrong size. And that's the wrong size. Gotta find the right size. Alright guys, I got the fittings in. Got them tightened up. I'm gonna actually go over doing the plumbing on the bags and stuff whenever, you know, whenever we get that far along. Like I said, right now it's just kind of quick. Gonna knock it out. What you want to do is, this is 1/4 inch line, and like I said, it would feed through your hole and into your bag. And oops, before we get that far along, we better go ahead and put this cuff on. Actually, I don't think we're going to get it attached. It'll have to go through the cup, then the bag. Because my hand, those cups are kind of small. Commercial cups probably would have been slightly larger. I got no problem with these. They're going to suit my needs just fine. Alright, and that's the line that came out. We'll go through the cup. I promise there's a method to my madness. It'll all make sense in just a moment. And you want to cut these lines square. They actually make a tool, and they actually make a tool to cut those. I'm gonna put a little spit on there for lubrication. I'm sure that petroleum would not be a good choice. Water is probably not a good choice either. I think it says that these may have been for 6 and 4, so they are really tight there, slipping in place just then. I had a lot of trouble with the ones on the back, the fittings. As a matter of fact, the T was very tight. So anyway, so we'll get this assembled and I'll come back. Alright guys, a quick note, these are 3/8 16 threads. I started with 1-inch bolts, and the 1-inch bolts are too long, so I ended up putting an extra washer in. I was going to put a lock washer on it anyway. Kind of goofed a little bit. I forgot to put the spacer in there. I don't know if that's going to actually stay, because I have a feeling this is going to cut it and it's not really going to do any count. But so we're gonna go ahead and give ourselves, I don't know, say that's way more than what we need. I'm not too worried about that. This line is not very expensive. I think this was $11 maybe. So, and I don't even know if I'm running a 1/4-inch line yet. Probably because I don't really care about, you know, going up and down really fast. This is a cruiser, not one of the mini truck guys. Sorry, mini truck guys. I think Glenn has 3/8 lines on his truck. He has 3/8 lines, and he's gone to a valve block in it, and he had water valves in it originally, and I think he's enjoying the new block a whole lot better. It doesn't slam up and down as hard. I mean, it's all in what you want, you know. If you want it to go up and down fast, make it go up and down fast. Like I said, it's up to you. So I'm gonna get this done and I'll come back. Alright guys, we're gonna get down here and put the left side one on. That's the one with the messed up holes. It's got let's see, 7/16, and I'm not sure what the fine thread is on 7/16, but these are 7/16 fine thread, and I'm missing one of them for this side. It got kicked or something, and now it's gone. So don't just take and put a coarse threaded bolt up there and send it, you know. So let's get this on and we'll come back. Oh, that one's loose. Okay. All right, so that's 3 on this side. If we find the other one, we'll go ahead and knock it out. So I need 2 lock nuts. Lock washers, I'm sorry. Now I haven't tightened this bag up yet because, like I said, we wanted to get everything started. Hey guys, Maggie and Mishka have come to inspect what Daddy's doing. So we're going to have plenty of room inside that bag. I went ahead and tightened up the bolts. Hey Mishka! Hey Maggie! Anyway, so I went ahead and tightened that up. And we're going to get this side knocked out, put together, and I'll be back in just a second when I get back up top. All right, guys, from this point, it's pretty much the way Ford intended for it to be. just to tighten the top bolts up and put the bottom bolt through the bottom little trunnion down there. And that'll kind of get into why, oops, oh man, why I decided to stay with these A-arms. I've helped Glenn replace his ball joints in his truck, and bagged vehicles are horrible on ball joints because when they move up to their maximum angle, it puts the ball joint in a terrible bind. So with trunnions here, it's not able to put a ball joint in a bind. So that's the reason why I decided to go with this. I had kicked around the idea about going with like a Crown Vic front end or something. It would have made life a tremendous amount easier. But I think so far as longevity, this is the way to go. I just lost the nut. Let me find a flashlight and we'll find it. Got that knocked out. I don't see any problems with the 2600 bags carrying this suspension to. Ooh, it is kind of stuck there for some reason or another. I noticed the nut is hitting the chassis. That's a problem. I wonder why it is all of a sudden hitting. It was not hitting before. There is no adjustment here, so we can't bring it out. I don't think we can get any out of it anyway. We might be able to get a little bit. Alright, let's see. Still stuck. That is no bueno. Alright, let me get a pry bar and try to get this loose. Alright guys, it says the battery's dying again, so I'm going to hook the back up. I'm going to finish knocking out the other side. I got this side loose. It's moving without binding. There's supposed to be a bump stop on this side, and I think that's what it is. It's able to go down far enough for this top bolt to get caught. So that may be something that has to be addressed, but that would be if it was fully inflated. So probably not really a problem. Alright guys, I don't think I explained this good enough earlier. So when you're putting on the thread tape, you want to actually put it on and like you turn the tape on just like you're tightening the bolt. So you're turning it to the right, and that winds the tape around in such a way that when you tighten it up, it doesn't roll off, if that makes sense. Alright guys, there she is. I've run it up and down a little bit, don't seem to be having any problems. Do have problems with it holding air. Those fittings, I think they're 6 millimeter. This is 6 millimeter and quarter, 6 millimeters smaller than quarter, so the line won't go deep enough in the fitting to fully seat. So that's something we have to address before Saturday. I plan on moving it on Saturday. Let me move out from behind where I'm at. I'm over in the corner so I can get you the best shot. It's still not a good shot because of that pole right there. So we can still go down some in the front. I'm thinking the weight of the engine will probably, make the tires deflect enough that it'll go down enough. Also, I want to get it somewhere more level, and I apologize for how dark it is. Like I said, I need to get another light, but it is laying frame in the back. So anyway, that's it. That's just gonna be like a midweek update, a little Wednesday video of getting it laid out. On Saturday, if the weather is not bad on Saturday, I'm gonna get a pit. So I'm gonna get it and the Volkswagen out as I'm moving it back to the back building. But the rest of the week, I'm gonna get in here and do my best to get this shop cleaned up. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.